Hey guys, Kelly and Charlie here, and we want to share with you about our Vipassana meditation experiences. Charlie, how is Vipassana for you?
Vipassana, firstly, to give you a little bit of background, Vipassana is all around the world. They're 10-day silent meditation retreats where you meditate for probably anywhere from 7 to 11 hours every day, seated, not moving. So it's definitely quite an intense experience. I've experienced 3 silent meditations. That means I've actually been in silence for a month of my life meditating, and same
Me
with
too.
Kelly.
3 Vipassanas.
So before we actually met, I'd done one and Kelly had done one as well. So we'd already come into contact with Vipassana meditation, and then we went ahead and journeyed together into Vipassana meditation. And that in itself was totally transformational in terms of our relationship. But before going briefly into that, what is Vipassana meditation? It's a technique passed down directly from the Buddha, so Gautama, over 2,500 years. It's what he taught and what he realized through his own experience and enlightenment to bring people out of suffering. And it went all around the world when he was alive, right through North India, right through Pakistan, all through the regions, and actually scattered nearly around the world. But it was kept in its purity in one country. Was it Bhutan or
Burma?
In Burma. So it was kept from generation to generation there in its purity. And then it's recently been spread again 2,500 years later, and that was actually the prophecy. Apparently there was a prophecy that after that many years it was going to be spread again. So we're super grateful that we came into contact with it, and it's a specific technique that we won't go into too much details because you actually learn it, and it takes 10 days to actually learn. So each day you're adding on the process and the technique, and you're going deeper and you're going deeper, and by the end of the 10 days you actually have this technique which is like a diamond, which is like a jewel, and you have that for the rest of your life, and you can practice that wherever, whenever, and it's the exact teaching that the Buddha taught. So it's an extremely special experience, but in order to have that jewel and that diamond, you and we went through a bit of suffering, a bit of pain for 10 days. Not so much, it's a bit of fun here and there. It depends who you are, depends what comes up for you, depends what you're holding on to. But yeah, maybe if you want to share a little bit specific about one of your experiences.
Yeah, so you might wonder, what does it feel like? What does it feel like physically and internally, or emotionally, when you're sitting in this room completely silent for, actually 11 days? And it can be really challenging, but if you are drawn to Vipassana, odds are it really has a gift for you, and you have to honor that and go. Listen to that urge, even if it's an inkling of you're afraid, but it just keeps coming up for you. Act on that fear, because it will push you and it will push your boundaries, because it's something we've never done before. And my experience, it doesn't get easier. So if you're wondering that as well, oh wow, they've done 3 and they're like 22 or something. It doesn't get easier. It gets deeper. However, when you leave Vipassana, you notice each time you leave, you're lighter and you're freer. So the actual sitting process is very similar. The pain in your body, and for me it feels like it's dedicated time and space to being with myself in every way. Being with my pain that I actually don't acknowledge in day-to-day living. And maybe that comes up in form of agitation, or fire, or heat, or boredom. Maybe that comes up in pain in parts of my body that I've been suppressing. So for me, it's like this full surgery. It feels like a surgery every time, to the places that I know within me I don't give enough attention, but also the places I don't even know, the places I'm not even aware of. Everything wakes up. And you leave. Please, if you do it, stay the whole 10 days. People always leave, but
Only a few on
Yeah.
every course normally.
Yeah, there's a few every course.
But
But I reckon if they leave, they want to come back, or it's always a niggling thing in their mind, and you will make it. It's just 10 days. Like, literally, monks do this for 90 days. You can do it for 10. It's not so hard. It's the mental volition. For me, it feels like, yeah, like a surgery on my mind. Releasing things from my body and my mind and my mental state that don't serve me. And you actually can feel that. By day 6 even, your thoughts slow down. They slow right down. And that's an amazing experience and really gives you a new vantage point on life. So for me, it's always really cleansing and really empowering and like doing a big detox.
like a mental detox. We've both done a lot of fasting, so water fasting or juice fasting and different types of herbal fasting, and that's incredible for the body physically. But Vipassana meditation is such a mental and emotional and maybe even spiritual or energetic detox. From when you walk in to when you walk out, you are definitely 100% different in one way or another.
Absolutely.
And for the positive, because you're lighter and you've released whatever baggage you take off your head, whatever you're carrying in there, whether it's anger, hatred, resentment, jealousy. Say if you've got a big bag above your head, whatever you take off, you're lighter.
Yeah.
Whether you take off one handful or if you decide to dump the whole bag, that's up to you and up to how deep you go.
Yeah, and it's actually, once you do a Vipassana course and you complete the 10 days, maybe this is a bit out there, but energetically, you actually have a support team with you from that day forward, because you will not live in the same way. So if you're really called to living your life more true to yourself or more in joy, not feeling that life has to be hard or it has to be this big uphill battle. If you do a Vipassana course, you have the support network around you continually, because you won't be able to avoid your consciousness coming in and saying, hey, you're reacting, or hey, this isn't the truth. You can't avoid it. It's going to keep helping you. And it's like you have this whole team of things in your brain and your mind that are actually trying to serve you, rather than our brains just being filled with things that don't serve us. And that's a huge gift. Even if you struggle the whole 10 days, you leave with so much support around your growth without you even having to do anything.
Yeah, it's. I think what you're hopefully getting a sense of is we both highly recommend it.
Yeah.
If you're on any form of personal journey, personal transformation, even a health journey, it's just such a benefit. You get so many benefits, and it's really up to you to experience those benefits for yourself. And if you have the opportunity to go in with a partner, a relationship, and for 10 days you're separate, so you're sleeping separately, you're totally in silence, but there's a common hall and the men sit on one side, the women on the other, and you come in and yeah, of course you got to see the other. You're not probably going to make eye contact, but you're going to know for 10 days they are cleansing their mind and detoxing their mind, and you're doing the same thing. And when you come back together at the end, it's a full transformation, and your couple, the partnership. We were, for example, we recently did one a couple of weeks ago in Bali. This is where we're taking this video from, just outside of Ubud. And when we went in, compared to when we came out, it was fully transformational. And it was like when we went in, we were on the same team, but there was maybe some underlying tension, friction. I think that's common for a lot of relationships. And we'd been together for about 3 years. We've been together. After that experience coming together, it's like we were fully 100% in each other's world. And Kelly was 100% there supporting me, and I was 100% supporting her. We were both taking responsibility for ourselves and our growth, and any pain or suffering we were giving to the other person or throwing onto the other person. And it was an incredible, and that has remained with us ever since, which is a huge gift to give to ourselves.
Yeah. I think also the light of what Charlie is sharing is we don't know how much stuff we pick up. We don't know how many things we pick up on our journey of life, and the friendships and relationships and experiences we go through, we actually start collecting things, like Charlie said, the bags over your head, and we're so unaware of it. Our subconscious mind just drinks in things every day. And there comes a time when we actually have to start paying that price and paying the fees for that big bag we're carrying. And something like Vipassana, it sheds those bags and it takes away the fees and it wipes the board clean. And there are really easy ways to integrate it so that you can continually to shed and not pick up things that you actually don't want to be carrying. Don't receive the presents that you don't actually want.
So hopefully that sheds some light on this beautiful technique, this
Yeah.
Vipassana meditation. We have dived into other meditation techniques. We've been to India and we went to an ashram for 2 months, and profound ashram in India. But you know, each technique has its own value, and if you're attracted to Vipassana meditation, then go for it and experience it for yourself, and then at least come from a whole place and be like, I want to continue this, or I don't want to, I want to try something else. It's totally up to you. So go for it, give it a go.
Give yourself the gift.
We wish you an amazing journey.